So this is it. It's all been leading to this. Ready? Let's go.
Hey everybody, happy Trailer Bowl Sunday. How about the way they opened that shot with them all on the Milano? Like, just showing you, yeah, they're definitely going to outer space. And I love Tom Holland's look when he has the hood off of his new Iron Spider costume. Tony Stark's model prime armor actually looks like it comes out of his glasses because he holds his hands up to them and they just disappear into the gauntlets. So maybe like during Civil War when he had the wristwatch that turned into a device, he has this entire suit that comes out of the glasses in the arc reactor in his chest. Because that's the only thing that's there all the time. Probably going to be a lot of questions about that Iron Man 3 ending for a long time, but I felt like they kind of addressed that during the Avengers films. Like, yeah, you knew he was going to come back and be Iron Man again. I think they just wanted to do that in case he didn't re-sign their contract. So they're like, okay, we need to have him right off into the sunset if he never comes back. But of course, that never happened, so we get a better look at some of these big action set pieces. What they did is they've expanded on the previous trailer that they dropped, so I'll link that one at the end of this so you can compare. But I also just posted that Thanos teaser with a longer scene, so a couple Infinity War videos dropping really recently. But I love the way that they expand on this Vision Scarlet Witch scene where she's sort of messing with her powers in the Mind Gem at the same time. You can see it exchanging energy. They're having some weird psychic space sex communion with the Infinity Gem. There's just so many things that we don't know about the gems in the Marvel Cinematic Universe that right now, if you were to ask what they're capable of, you could just say anything and you would not be wrong, which is kind of a problem, but for the most part, the reason they do stuff like that is so that they don't paint themselves into a story corner later on. So that when they had Thanos assemble all the gems in the gauntlet by the fourth Avengers film, they could just have him do whatever they wanted to. And it wasn't like something that was predetermined 6 movies ago. Only the fact that he would assemble the gauntlet. But this shot of the Guardians walking out of the Milano looks like them landing on Earth. I'm guessing that's where they meet, because obviously Peter and Iron Man have to get up there somehow. And if they're walking out, it's on ground. But the big thing here is that Peter Quill has not been back to Earth since he left with Yondu when he was a boy. Like, it was just too painful for him. So that's why James Gunn did that weird time jump with Guardians 1 and 2, so that he could have that moment with his father, Ego the Living Planet, and sort of get a resolution to that, find out what really happened to his mother, then make peace with that over a period of time. So I'll try to explain what the timeline is between Guardians 2 and Infinity War when we get to the movie in a couple months. But like I said, biggest reason why he hadn't been to Earth before that is just because he hadn't dealt with the death of his mother, and that's what his experience with his father was all about. For those of you asking about his power, too, because he's part celestial, so his DNA is still part celestial, so if Ego ever came back, he would probably get that godlike power back. But now he's back to being about as powerful as you always thought that he was. Might be a little more resilient because of his physiology, but he doesn't have crazy, weird energy powers anymore. Love the reunion between Iron Man and Hulk. Like, he's so happy to see him, but obviously shit is going down, so he's like, well, this is about as good as we're going to be able to do. All right, let's do it. Everybody armor up. They're in the Sanctum, if you couldn't tell. We got a much better look at that during Thor Ragnarok.
Oh, yeah, right.
I have been falling for 30 minutes.
You can handle it.
This is obviously much more serious, but I do think that they'll play it for a couple funny moments. Like, how could it not be funny that Hulk crashes through the Sanctum? Like, hey buddy, where you been this whole time? And he has to fill him in on all the events of Ragnarok. Love the shot of Rocket and Thor in the trawler. This looks like they're on their way to that special space forge where Thor makes his new weapon. Still no official confirmation about what it is. We've all seen the toys. I've done a couple videos about it. It's probably going to wind up being the axe, but I wouldn't be surprised if they held back on some of that stuff till the later trailers or the actual movie itself. Some stuff they'll never show you in the trailers. We get a better shot of what looks like Loki on the same planet's surface where Iron Man gets the beatdown, or the person wearing the Iron Man armor gets the beatdown from Thanos at the end of the trailer that we saw last time. This is actually really badass because what suit is Spider-Man wearing? He's wearing the old version of the costume when he jumps on that big cylinder. So think about it this way. He's on the bus, his Spidey sense goes off the charts, He sees that big cylinder above Manhattan, so he makes a dash for it, jumps up on it, tries to start taking it down, and this is probably where Iron Man activates his Iron Spider armor, and it probably just goes onto him like we saw during Iron Man 3, like he just has the different pieces that attach to him, so that's probably how he gets it. He doesn't climb into it one leg at a time. It just assembles around him like the earlier versions of Iron Man's armor. Iron Man still gets the coolest version of the armor, so obviously it's way more advanced than the Spider-Man armor.
I'm the best.
This is Captain America finally returning to the new Avengers facility. It looks like it's right before or right after they save Vision from the Black Order, but it's just a really heavy moment because he hasn't come back. And remember, he's still the Nomad character. He still has a really tuned down color version of the costume. He doesn't have that Black Panther shield that we see later in the trailer, which is badass. We see how the gauntlets work. It basically forms out of one of his arms. When Thor says ready, he's probably talking to Rocket. It probably just corresponds to that scene where he's standing on this big forge in the middle of outer space. Little bit of teenage Groot. He doesn't look a whole lot bigger than we saw him at the end of Guardians 2, so I'm guessing there was a big time jump during that Guardians post-credits scene, and he's supposed to be like 13, 14 years old. This shot of Nebula looks like it also corresponds to that earlier shot that we saw Thanos giving the beatdown to them with the gauntlet, and it might be the ruins of the Nova Corps, because a lot of these don't look like Earth-based structures. So Thanos might just wipe that out on his way to get the power gem, and he uses the gem to just blow everything up. Bigger shot of the Outriders invasion, Black Widow with Dora Milaje. Obviously, a lot of these people are fighting each other during the Black Panther trailer, so once you go see that movie, you'll understand what's going on there. But I wouldn't really consider it that much of a spoiler. Wakanda Forever is an important idea for the Black Panther movie, so even though there's a lot of civil war happening during that, they get their shit together before the Outriders invade. New shot of Winter Soldier with the vibranium arm that Shuri makes for him. And then I love this Doctor Strange Sherlock team-up moment where he casts an enchantment, then Iron Man flies right through it with his armor on his way to punch probably one of the Black Order. It's probably going to be Ebony Maw coming to grab the time gem. I'll be interested to see if Doctor Strange uses it during this fight too. Like something terrible happens, he winds time back like he did during the Doctor Strange movie. So that's about it, with the exception of that final shot of Thanos just looking determined. I love the smile he cracks on his face. Like he's not openly smiling, but he looks really excited for what's to come. In time, you will know what it is to lose. But let me know in the comments, what do you guys think of the footage? And there is a new round of that Infinity Gauntlet giveaway. All you have to do to enter, just be a subscriber, share the video using the tools on the watch page. Congratulations to the winner from my last Avengers video. Stoner 9th, please private message me so I can get your contact details. I'll just announce a new winner when I post new Marvel. Just a reminder that there's actually going to be a Venom trailer and a Deadpool 2 trailer dropping before Black Panther drops in theaters. So there's a bunch of new comic book stuff coming in the next 2 weeks, but click here to watch that Thanos scene, and click here for the first Infinity War trailer again. Thank you so much for watching. Everybody stay awesome. I'll see you guys tonight.